Okay, I just cut the whole beginning part out to save all of you from me fucking trying to listen to myself talk over the game music. How do you play this game again? You cast spells and attack. Then you hold down RT. This game is kind of showing its age a little bit with all the aliasing. Like the second I booted it up, I was like, oh man. This is through a upscaler too. This is going through a more 4K.
What a waste of time.
But yeah, it's, oh man, chugging too. It still looks nice. It's just Unreal Engine 5 didn't, I mean Unreal Engine 3 didn't really age gracefully. I don't know why I did that. What am I doing? All right, Jansen, you heal Kayam because he got hit a little bit. All right, let's just go this. What about the doors? What if we take a look at these doors? It's locked. We can't get inside. Okay. All right, let's just go. Let's just go. Get on track.
Shh. What's that? You hear that?
What? Jensen!
That's a harp. Yeah. Queen must be in there, right? I mean, no dude plays a harp. Yeah.
Queen?
Ignore it. It'll lead to trouble.
Hey, I've got a sixth sense about these things. The Queen's gotta be hot. I didn't pay my respects. I mean, I'd have to turn in my man card.
Oh, Jansen.
Time to work my magic.
You are such a product of your time.
Idiot. What are you trying to pull, Jensen? Open up!
It's no use.
Oh, that moron.
Do you know anything about the Queen?
Well, from a long time ago. If nothing's changed since then, she's definitely someone I know.
Looks like your own memories are returning. So you're not afraid of the past?
No, I like the past. It's thanks to the past that I'm here now, right?
So true.
If memory serves me correctly. She's someone from the past who made me who I am now. She smiled when she held out her hand to me, even when stranded in the middle of the ocean, faced by me, a pirate. She wouldn't show any fear. I felt a certain kind of strength and a special kindness from her.
Alright, I know I said I'm done fucking with settings, but I'm never done fucking with
The
settings.
Queen could have arrested me for piracy, but instead she invited me to her palace. We talked about a lot of things.
Alright, I'll wait till the cutscene's over.
It was a huge surprise to find someone in such a high station who was so open-minded. No, she wasn't just open-minded. Even though we just met, it felt like we'd known each other for years. Our talk seemed full of nostalgia.
So I remember the Queen. I don't remember who the king is. I don't
know
remember.
if she felt the same way, but at any rate, she seemed fascinated by everything I
What
said.
kingdom
Treasure
she's
hunting
even a
the
queen
Great
of?
Eastern ruins, beating the crap out of pirates who stepped out of line. I covered it all. Tell me about your life. But when I look back at the way she let me keep talking, I think she might have longed to be free, just for a moment.
Just let me be free. Just let me be free.
Here, take this.
She's about to join the party. Spoilers.
Scoring a queen's pendant without a fight. I must be really lucky today.
No, I'm only lending it to you. The next time we meet, I want it back.
pass up a chance like this. Sorry, gang.
Look at this dude. Does he got like a Hawaiian shirt on? Like a floral shirt, I guess. Under his fucking fuck-ass mage cape. I can't imagine getting out of bed and going like, yeah, let me go to my big circle surrounded by a veil and play my harp. Let me go to my harp room, play my harp. That's some rich people shit. If I was rich, I would have a harp room. People still play the harp? Orchestras, I really don't see having a harp. Probably so little demand for a harp, unfortunately. It's a very nice instrument. And you always look very elegant playing it, because you're just like, you know?
Oh, wait, Your Highness, please. I'm not dangerous. I swear.
That was so creepy.
Ooh, thank you so much. Please, just don't call the guards yet.
Who are you?
I beg your forgiveness, Your Highness, for the sudden intrusion. Jansen Freed, at your service. I am but a simple fool, drawn here by your lovely harp song.
The White Boa is already underway. Where did you come from?
Any man who heard such an enchanting melody
They even put the veins on
would
her
grow
boobs.
wings
Jesus.
and fly to meet you. Land or sea, just as long as he found you.
I've never seen them model
Like
the veins
this.
on some boobs.
Ah, I would very much like to know your name, Your Highness.
Ming Numara.
Ah, such a lovely name. And I've finally gotten to see you smile. Please, feel free to laugh at this simple fool.
Yeah, he's
Just
playing it
seeing
up a
your
little bit too
smile
much
has
now.
made it worth
Can you punch
risking
him?
your wrath at my uninvited presence.
Is something the matter?
Forgive my impertinence, but even though your smile shines
I hate
bright,
the pervert character usually. But I like
also
when the
see
pervert character
loneliness.
gets punched in the face and has a nosebleed.
your harp song you were playing earlier feels the same. It's as if it reflects your own heart.
Jansen's weird because he is like the pervert
My heart.
character. But like he's kind of funny.
When you
He's like
play,
not as
The
badly
melody
written
radiates kindness
as
and
most of them.
warmth. But sometimes it sinks into sorrow. That sorrow is what drove me to you and sparked a desire to smooth it away.
What is that?
I shall heal your sorrow. Please, trust me. If you remain here, your heart will only be stained with more sorrow.
My heart. Stained with sorrow. Jansen, why did you really come?
He did it for Gungaga.
What a woman.
You piece of shit.
Great. Just great.
What was that?
To Her Majesty's room! Hurry! This way! You again? Ugh.
Gulp.
Jansen, you idiot.
Can't hear anything from here. What's going on? I'll head back to the entrance over there. A little eavesdropping won't hurt anyone. Any little secrets? Any secrets in the harp room? Can I? How do I get out of here? Like an impenetrable veil. There we go. Any secrets in the harp room? Nope. Dude, I hope Nobuo Uematsu does one more full game soundtrack.
What are you doing here?
He's not that old. I think he got one more left in him.
Hello, General?
I've been putting off Fantasian because it's gonna make me sad to hear
I see you're at least smart
what
enough
he
not to
says is
resist.
gonna be his last
Take them away. Yes.
soundtrack.
You men, follow me to Her Majesty's room.
Understood.
Your Highness, it's General Kakanis. I heard a loud noise just now. Are you all right? Your Highness, please open the door. Your Highness!
Why is Jansen looking slay right there? It looks like he got some makeup on.
It's no good, sir. It won't open. Bridge, open the door to Her Majesty's room immediately. This is an emergency. That's strange. It doesn't open. Idiots! You open the emergency hatch! Ah!
Not the mindless goons. Not the accidentally helpful goons. Oh, goons. Always doing the exact thing you shouldn't be doing. Don't go to the ship corridor. Oh, we're just Jansen.
This does not look good!
Alright, Jansen, show him what you got. Hit him with a flare. Hit him with a regular attack. Hit him with a regular attack. Okay.
Well, have you fallen for me yet?
That wasn't very smart. So this Xbox One that I have to play this on right now, this was in my younger sister's room for like years. For like probably like 5 years. Just sitting there not really doing anything. And when I turn it on, like I swear to God, the room just fills with like this pungent perfume smell. And it makes me like sick.
Oh yeah! Let's get it on!
Like, I've never like experienced that. Like just the console spitting back out bad perfume or old perfume, you know? I could take it apart and clean it, but I don't want to do all that.
I did it.
Like, I want it to go away on its own. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to go away on its own, though. Like, this is like the third time I've turned it on since I've had it. I don't know if it's ever going to go away, honestly.
This is as good as any place.
Tweaka.
Hey there, little guy. You lost? You're not chasing me too, are ya? Whoa!
Let's go.
Whew. Close one.
You're quite kind, aren't you?
Ah, you're awake, Your Highness. What? Okay, this isn't funny. I need to get out
You
of this.
know, I was never really asleep.
Huh?
I couldn't judge your true intentions, so I tested you. I sincerely apologize.
Well, then do something about this, okay? Would
Not
ya?
just now. I am the queen, and I cannot just simply run away with you.
But that Kakanas bastard is taking advantage of you. You can't be comfortable surrounded by these lunkheads, can ya?
Even so, I will not forsake my duties. Your feet will be fine. Just remain here for a little while. Nothing higher will turn to stone.
Gee, thanks for considering my, higher parts.
Like his
You finally
penis.
sound more like yourself.
Huh?
Such insincerity reflects poorly on your true self.
Whew! All that formal speech stuff is making my shoulders stiff anyway. But I'm fired up now, my queen. When I get out of this, I'll prove my sincerity to your heart's content. Oh yeah, you can bet on it.
Your Majesty!
Ah, crap. Oh, this is so unfair.
Have you been harmed?
Testosterone boy. Oh, man. Golly.
So what's going on with her? She's being used by the guy that looks like Hermes. And Jansen is trying to help her, but he's probably secretly helping out Gungora. I hate this motherfucker. What is goofy Unreal Engine 3 face? What's another game made in Unreal Engine 3 that isn't Gears of War? I can't even think. The Last Remnant, is that made in Unreal Engine 3? That looks like a pretty brown and gray game. Mass Effect, Unreal Engine 3. Maybe it wasn't Last Remnant? Oh yeah, it was. It was Unreal Engine 3. What about the other one, Infinite Undiscovery?
We bring together in this place
Nope.
all our dreams, all our hopes, and all our dedication. We shall not avert our eyes from our shadowed reflection in still water, nor succumb to apathy. Numata exists so that power may coexist in harmony with peace and tranquility.
Okay.
To show how our power can sow peace, I now release these visitors to our fair
Why did
city.
it jiggle like that?
They have been prisoners.
Why did
I
it do
now
that?
declare them free.
You didn't even like, that was like the most,
Well, it's about time. You? Ah, yeah.
that was the most pointless jiggle I've ever seen. He just did it to do it.
Travelers, you are free to go.
Ming!
Me?
Travelers! Thanks to Her Royal Majesty's leniency, you are now free to go. Now, move along! Royal Guards, dismissed!
All that trouble to release us, and now they simply turn their backs.
Well, I say it's great. I mean, we're free, aren't we? Oh, and it's all thanks to Ming.
It bothers me that you speak so casually of the Queen. Is there something you're not telling us, Jansen? Did you do something to her?
Did they get married at the end? Once again, I've never gotten to the end of Lost Odyssey. The farthest I've ever gotten is in the streams that I did in 2023. I mean 2022. That are up on the Stream Archive channel right now. Save. Damn, I played for a while the first night I played this song. We're almost 6 hours in already? Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll pause and then play my BRB. BRB. That's because that sucks. Because if I don't hit pause, I have to edit the video together. Well, I'm gonna have to anyway, because I have to cut Magic and Lost Odyssey. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. Dude, this stop killing game shit is making me realize why YouTube is fucking awful. Everybody has to have some kind of wild take on it, you know? Everybody's got to come up with that angle that's a little bit different than what the last guy said. Just say it's good, man. Like, you don't gotta attack anyone. You don't gotta go fucking nut. Look at this dude moonwalking. Uh-oh, missed it. You don't gotta fucking come up with some crazy, revolutionary take. Let's go, yeah, man, it's pretty good. I agree. And here's why. I hate YouTube now, man. It's become fucking awful. There's a... Like, YouTube is actually enforcing their quote-unquote React content rule. Which, is gonna demonetize low-effort content. But I guarantee they don't do any... It's not gonna go after what you think it's gonna go after. Your dog Moo? I'll find your dog Moo. Is that him? That's a cat. Are you gonna come to me? Hello? Are you just there for fun? Oh, okay. But yeah, the stop killing game shit is... It's good. Obviously, you should vote for it if you can. But like, as always, the whole conversation around it is just losing the point. Which arguably is fine for, like, Why does this keep cutting out? It's arguably fine for, like, publicity. It gets more eyes on it. But it's just annoying, man. I don't know if all publicity is necessarily good publicity. Because when something's annoying, you hear about it and you're just like, oh, that's annoying, you know? I think good publicity is good publicity.
You handled your role well.
So, my performance was acceptable?
Yes, Your Highness. We should now be able to achieve our objective. Let them loose and follow them to the truth.
And what will we gain from this exercise?
When we have proof they work for the enemy, we'll lock them up again. They'll give us excellent leverage in negotiations with Ura, and beyond the negotiations, we stand to gain information about Grandstaff.
Okay, but what is the kingdom?
Ura,
What is the
built a
name?
gigantic
Nomura?
magic engine called Grandstaff, and we suspect they're plotting something.
I don't think Nomura
Right
is,
now, Ura poses a terrible threat
has any
to
stake in the
entire
war. I
world.
thought it was
Threat?
two other people.
Intel has confirmed that the tragedy at Wool Highlands is connected in some way to Grandstaff. If we continue to allow Ura to run rampant, that tragedy could be repeated again at any time. The authorities in our military have voted unanimously to seize Ura as a preventative measure.
You plan to start a war?
Uh-oh.
The White Boa is already being converted into a battle flagship, and we've begun assembling troops and arms. This action is for the sake of the entire world.
I won't allow it.
While your majesty may have other ideas, the people will surely approve these safety measures. In this present magic industrial revolution, your majesty's isolationist policy is pushing the nation to its limit.
National isolation promotes peace.
This new regime
Oh, I thought he was
must
about
be
to hit
created
her.
for the sake
You can't
of
do
world
that.
Peace. We shall spread your majesty's teachings using our nation's military might.
You think military force can avert violence?
Would you rather see a meteor fall on Numara? If that were to happen, the people who so adore you would be reduced to ashes in an instant. No, the Grandstaff should not be in the hands of those simple-minded fools in Ura.
Why is she making those
We
noises?
Numarans should control it. Then we can use it to maintain peace all over the world. Numara would become the most powerful, peace-loving country in the world. War is in.
What is it? Stop. Stop. Uh-oh.
Figureheads. They should just keep quiet, play their role, and smile. Someone get in here, now!
I like how every fictional story about politics are like, yeah, politics are fucking stupid. Every time. Which is true. Which is very true. Wow, look at the water. Bless you. That guy sneezed. There's a dream somewhere around here. Where's the magic monitor? Is that the magic monitor? I can't hear the music very well over the fountain. I want to hear the music. It's part of the enjoyment, man. They said the magic monitor's in the center. I'm just curious. Big magic engine in the public square. I don't know if this is necessarily the public square. The wind from the canal is so cool and refreshing. It's perfect for my afternoon nap. No matter where you go, you are always under military surveillance. Give it up, spies, and get yourself... That's true for everyone. Not just me. Unfortunate, but... You know how it goes. There's a dream somewhere here. My ass is ready to read. When you come experienced as I am, you can find out everything you need to know about a hotel just by sitting in the lobby. Maybe? Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm gonna put that theory to the test. Sometime soon. I'm inclined to believe him. I think you can tell everything about a hotel by the lobby. No, I'm not willing to spend the night right now. I do like the design of this town. Very blue and white and green. And yellow, I guess. I wonder how much of a role Sakaguchi actually has in like the design of things. He seems like he's very design focused. Like from Final Fantasy, him thinking about RPGs as like a diorama, and like you could feel that in like almost every RPG since. Like that was like his kind of vision that he wanted, and it caught on, which is very nice. I like thinking of RPGs as like a diorama. But like he seems like he's very hands-on, like the world building aspect. I think he's good at that. Because what is his actual, like I know he's the CEO of Mistwalker. But like he's also producer, director of these games that he makes from Mistwalker. I think Sakaguchi is very good at what he does. And I hope, he says he has one more game on the way. It's probably going to be his last. I don't think he would end his legacy on Apple Arcade. Like as much work as it looked like he put in the Fantasian, I don't think he would be like, yeah, my last game is a mobile game. Regardless of how good or bad Fantasian is, I really don't know. I've barely played it. I do have it on Steam though. But he seemed very hands-on with Fantasian. Just from all the interviews and stuff that I watched. He seemed to be very involved with like the diorama making aspect. And he was also very into Final Fantasy XIV last time I checked. I don't know about now, because I'm not on fucking Twitter anymore. But like, when I was on Twitter, he seemed to be very, very, very into Final Fantasy XIV. Do I need to rest at the end? I'll rest at the end. What is his actual title? Even though it probably doesn't matter. I read all these. Sakaguchi, what was he on Lost Odyssey? Is he either director or producer, or both? Writer. That makes sense. He wasn't even director, he was just a writer. Which makes sense, because that seems to be where like he likes to be. He seems to really enjoy the world building. I like Sakaguchi. I think he makes good games. Was it my ears that weird looking? You know what? Not really, kid. Really? So why did you talk to me then? You wanna? Sure, why not? Play tag. Nice. I love the little like goods he left around in this era of his games in Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. I love the little like the little items you get just from like exploring. Games don't really reward exploration anymore like this. At least like linear like Japanese RPGs. Like I'm trying to think of one that like really reward like more than just like a chest at the end of a path that forks, you know? That's my biggest problem with Final Fantasy X. Is like Final Fantasy X, it's like all like the exploration is just like, oh, look at the map. The road forks. There's a chest at the end of the fork where you have to fight 6 random encounters to get to the chest and back. No, I don't like that. That's one thing that I think Square Enix lost when Sakaguchi left. Because even fucking Final Fantasy 16 was like that. It's like, here's like this fake... Here's this pseudo open world with a little path that you can go down for like an item. Like, no, give me towns, bro. Give me like nice big towns that I can explore and there's a lot of little stuff in, you know? Like, this is pleasant. Art in this trashy salon don't make me laugh. All these kids do is make out with each other. That's funny. Have you been to my shop yet? I mean, the place where I work. Luxurious place. Soldiers have been breathing down, so you need a password to enter the main showroom. Once the clerk stops you, tell him that you're there on Totomis's recommendation from the salon. Totomis is the brother of the salon owner and he's one of our best customers. Don't forget the password. You didn't tell me the password, bro. Tell him that I'm there on your recommendation from the salon. Live from the window very you can... Yeah, that's nice. That is very nice. I can't press a piano key. Oh well. But yeah, like big towns are what RPGs are missing now. Like big, like explorable, kind of world-buildy towns. Oh, is this my story? I'm gonna be mercenary. Why isn't it cool? My mom says I got help in the shop. Forget about that. I'm gonna be a mercenary. And that unlocks a Kaya memory. I'm gonna turn the camera off while I read because sometimes it gets in the way. Let me clear my throat and stuff. The ramparts will fall to the enemy. It's just a matter of time. They will mount their attack at dawn. The main body of the Allied forces has already drawn far back from the front. Only the mercenaries are left behind the barricade. Their orders, defend it to the death. These men, who have gone from battlefield to battlefield, know exactly what that means. The talkative mercenary. They've just left us to die here, chuckles the one who called Toma in darkness too thick for a person to make out his own hand. They want us to buy time so the main force can pull farther back. We're supposed to be their shields, performing our final service for our employers. His dry, papery laugh shakes the darkness. Kayam says nothing in reply. Other mercenaries must be gathered there around them in the blackness, but all kept their thoughts to themselves. Mercenaries have nothing to say to each other on the battlefield. They might be on opposite sides in the next battle, at a time like this especially, when they have to defend the barricade against the enemy's withering attack. They can't spare the time to even look at each other's faces. Kayam knows nothing about this fighter called Toma. His voice sounds young. He probably has very little experience as a mercenary. If a man grows talkative in the face of death, it means that, deep down somewhere, he has a weakness that prevents him from becoming a true soldier. A mercenary with even a hint of such weakness can never cheat death and live to see another day. It is the law of the battlefield, and a man like Toma will only learn that law in the moment before he loses his life. We're done for. We'll all be dead in the morning. We'll have that silent homecoming they talk about. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. In the darkness, no voices rise to second these sentiments. It's too late for talk like this. The day they chose the mercenaries' path was when they should have resigned themselves to death. They sell their lives for a little money. They prolong their lives, a day at a time, by taking the lives of one enemy after another. That's what a mercenary is. Nothing more, nothing less. Hey, can anybody hear me? How many of us are here? We're all going to die together. We'll just be a line of corpses in the morning. Don't shut up now. Answer me. Nobody says a thing. Instead of voices, the silent darkness begins to fill with a tangible sense of annoyance. Wordlessly, they gather on the battlefield. Wordlessly, to fight the enemy. And just as wordlessly, to die. That is the rule of the mercenary. The aesthetic of the mercenary, if such an expression may be permitted. But Toma has taken it upon himself to abandon that aesthetic. I knew it was hopeless from the start. Headquarters didn't know what they were doing. There was no way a strategy like that could work. You know what I'm talking about, don't you guys? We had to lose. It's a total mess. I wish to hell I had joined the other side. Then we could have gotten a mountain of cash for winning. We could have drunk ourselves blind. We could have had all the women we wanted. I could have gone either way on this one, but I picked the wrong side to fight on. Hey you! An older voice booms out of the darkness. An angry voice. Yeah? What? Answers Toma, his voice more vibrant now, at having at last found someone willing to talk with him. As if to crush his momentary enthusiasm, the other man goes on. How about shutting up a while? If you really want to run off at the mouth that much, I can send you to the next world a step ahead of the rest of us. I'm sorry. Instantly dejected, Toma falls silent, and the darkness goes still again. The stillness is charged, however, with a deep tension, far deeper even than before. Toma starts talking. The veteran warriors know. Watch out for talkative men. Being talkative means trusting in words, trusting too much in words. Words are useless on the battlefield. You take up your weapon in silence. You steel yourself in silence. You fight in silence. You kill the enemy or he kills you in silence. All the mercenaries here have lived this way, all but the talkative one. The soldier who clings too desperately to words may cling just as desperately to something else, to the sweet trap of betrayal, for example, or the seduction of desertion under fire, or the lure of madness. Kayam has often seen pitiful mercenaries who, unable to endure the terror of being surrounded by the enemy, go berserk and attack men from their own side. Toma proved to be another such case. The possibility is great, and there's no doubt the other men are thinking the same thing too. In the stillness, they turn the same gazes towards Toma that they reserved for confrontations with the enemy, looking for any signs of change in his demeanor. The moment they perceive the slightest threat in him, a blade will soundlessly pierce the left side of his chest. The silence continues. Not even the usual all-night cries of insects can be heard tonight as they were last night. Perhaps the insects knew enough to clear out in advance of this enemy's dawn attack. The thought reminds Kayam that he saw no birds in the area yesterday either. Although animals came and snatched food when the men first built this fortification, There's been no sign of them for several days now. Animals have mysterious powers of foreknowledge that humans have lost. This becomes painfully obvious from any visit to a battlefield. There can be little doubt that the animals have turned their backs on this barricade. Right about now, in some distant forest, a huge flock of black birds may be taking wing in search of human corpses to strip of their flesh. It's feast time, boys. They already know, somehow. Once the sun is fully up, the battle will be over. If they don't get here first, they'll lose their feast to a flock from another forest. Their black bodies hidden against the night sky. Those birds now are probably flying for all they're worth. A voice in the night. Toma's voice. Weeping. Listen, you guys. I don't know how many of you are out there, but we're all going to die in the morning. Or most of us. Maybe one or two will live to escape, no more. Think about it. Those are lousy odds. You've all been through this before. You're veteran war heroes. You're probably not scared. But even so, even if you're not scared, don't you think this is stupid? Huh? Tell me. You've been through a lot more battles than I have. So tell me, what the hell are we here for? We don't hate the enemy. We don't owe the leaders on our side anything. But we've got to kill the enemy and follow our leader's orders. And we're still going to end up dead. Tell me, you guys. Don't you think it's pointless? Don't you think it's stupid? The only response to Toma is the impatient click of a tongue in the darkness, followed by someone else's sigh of annoyance. I can't take it any longer, says Toma. I hate this. Now he is sobbing. All I wanted was money, and maybe something better to eat, maybe nicer clothes. I would have been happy with that. What a mistake I made. Taking work like this, I never should have done it. Kayam keeps all his senses open for movement in the night. Aside from himself and Toma, 5 other soldiers are crouching down in the darkness. Not bad. All are experienced warriors. They would not have been able to put up with Toma's whining otherwise. If they let themselves get angry and started shouting at him, or grabbing him by the throat, or wailing away at him, they would just end up consuming their strength and energy before their work started at dawn. If this is an assemblage of men who know how to keep their silence, the chances for life are that much greater. Assuming, that is, that the talkative, weeping man does not become too great a burden for the rest of them. Still sobbing, Toba continues to curse his fate. Suddenly, something is different. Something stirs in the silence. This could be bad, Kayam thinks, sharpening his attentiveness still more. When dawn breaks, Toma will get in our way. Because of him, the possibility for life will wither. The mercenaries know that, and because they know it, they might do whatever it takes for them to secure for themselves even the slightest added chance to live. I don't want to die here, I tell you. Not now, not here, like a worthless dog. You guys feel the same way, don't you? Moonlight shines down from a rift in the clouds. For a split second, Toma's tear-stained face appears in the darkness. He's even younger than Kayam imagined from the sound of his voice. He's practically a boy. The clouds hide the moon again, and thick black darkness enfolds everything once more. A dull light stirs in the depths of the darkness. Without a word, Kayam darts, wind-like, towards it. He was able to gauge the distance between himself and Toma during the flash of moonlight. Kayam grabs Toma's arm. Something hard falls to the ground. The dull light flashes again, this time at their feet, and melts again into darkness. A knife. Driven by the fear of death, Toma was trying to slit his own throat. Toma twists away and tries to free his arm from Kayam's grasp. Kayam chops him in the solar plexus. Without uttering a sound, Toma passes out. With Toma slung across his back, Kayam strides through the darkness. Eventually Toma wakes and thrashes his legs to get loose. Stop it! Let me go! Kayam lowers him to the ground. Every once in a while the moon comes out. Check your direction when that happens. Go straight towards the setting moon, Kayam says gently. What the hell are you talking about? The only way you can get out of here. Kayam has chosen the thinnest part of the enemy's encirclement. Of course, there is no guarantee that getting through here will save him. From now on, Toma will have to believe in his own luck and abilities. Are you coming too? Toma asks. No, I'm going back. You escape alone. Why? You come too. Let's both escape. Come with me. Toma clings to Khayyam's arms as he pleads with him, but Khayyam gives him a hard slap on the cheek. The flesh of that cheek is too soft to belong to a veteran warrior. It is the flesh of a boy, a kid. You go alone. But why? To live. That's why. What about you? You want to live too, don't you? You should run away with me. You don't want to die, do you? Want to live? No. Khayyam has no great desire to live. He lives because there is nothing else he can do. He lives because he has to. Toma is far too young, his own burden of life far too fragile for him to know the pain of such a life. We live the fight. That's what mercenaries do. But get the hell out of here. You're ruining it for the rest of us. You guys will never win this battle, so why not run away? It's our job to fight. With that, Khayyam turns on his heels and starts back the way they came. Toma stands there, watching Khayyam move away, and a moment later he himself darts into the western forest. To fight, or to flee. Khayyam cannot know which holds out the greater promise for life. He also believes it better to not know. Except, I hope you make it, boy, he mutters, walking on. The eastern sky is beginning to brighten little by little. Soon, the enemy's all-out attack will begin. From the western forest, a few birds take to the air. Perhaps it means a small-scale battle has started in the silence, or that the poor young mercenary has been felled with his back to the enemy. Khayyam does not look back or break his stride. He feels certain he has seen that talkative mercenary before. Before the war broke out, the boy was selling fruit in the market along the highway. He was a good boy, took good care of his mother, the woman of the market were saying. Live a long, full life, Khayyam wishes for the boy, as he himself walks on, glaring at the lightening eastern sky. Beautiful as always. Beautiful as always. I really liked that picture of Khayyam. Because who did the art? It was the guy who did Vagabond. Did the art. Slam Dunk and Vagabond, I'm pretty sure. Did the art for Lost Odyssey. And it was really nice seeing him draw Khayyam. Yeah, what is Slam Dunk and Vagabond he did? He wrote the short stories. Or did he just do the character designs? Am I making shit up? He just did the character designs, I think. Yeah, another guy did the writers. Another guy did the short stories. But it was still nice seeing the Vagabond author draw Khayyam. The perfume stench in this room is getting crazy, man. This is like the stinkiest Xbox of all time. I'm saying the password. Or what we got back here? What we got? That's all I can make. What kind of rings do we have? What kind of rings can I make right now? I have a lot of dreams left. Did I miss one? Did I miss a couple? Can I get those later? I want all the dreams. I can make an anchor ring. Yes. I only needed one anchor ring, right? I don't want another earth ring. Can't do anything else now? What kind of rings do I have on right now? Nobody has on a fire ring. That's good enough. What else we got back here? Okay. What do you got? Steel sword? That's some good weapons you got there, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. There's some good stock you have here. Let me equip. Equip Priam. Equip you. Equip you. And then you can have a new equipment. You can have a new equipment. You can have Priam can have Priam. You have a crisis attack boost. You can have some apprentice earrings. You can have you can have an antidote brooch. And you don't learn anything, so you can just keep whatever you got. What kind of skills do we have? Nothing. Oh, I know, I have to look right here, actually. What do we got? You have factual analysis. You also have factual analysis. I don't think there's an guard heal. Don't really care. Okay. Now let's sell some stuff. Sell this. What are you selling for equipment? Are you selling anything worthwhile? Antidote brooch, I have one. Shows the HP and status of enemies, so I'll take that. Grants immunity to blind, immunity to sleep, immunity to paralysis. I like immunity to sleep. Now can I make a fire ring? Yep. Is that the same thing you were making? Or are you making better stuff? Oh yeah, that's better. I need some bruiser rings. Bruiser rings. How do I make a bruiser ring? I'll make 2 of them. I like your rings better. Cool. Nice. I'm gonna have to cut out of here at 1, which sucks, because I would like to keep going. What's up, dog? Nice. Now let me go back to the palace and see if that did anything. What the fuck did I even get? It didn't even tell me. Let me go back to the palace. That might have been a faster way to the palace, but whatever. The loading times ain't too bad on the Xbox One. On the 360, they were a little bad. What we got? 3 Kello oils. Can I do anything with them? Need some whetstones. Let me save while I'm here. Because you never know. I might stream again later. I might stream either Lost Odyssey again or something else. I'm having fun today. Even though we went 0-6 in a draft earlier. That wasn't very fun. That was just literally me pissing away $10. And 5,000 of my free currency. I don't want to leave yet. I am getting hungry too. About like 12:30, I'm probably gonna break. Another 20 minutes. What we got in here? Items. All barricade. Well, we gotta take the magic, obviously. We don't need these anymore. I like taking a lot of the cheapest healing item so that I can have like my it might be a little bit cheaper to buy like the upgraded healing item and like heal everyone outside of battle that way. But like I've never crunched the numbers. I just always buy like the cheapest healing item you can possibly buy. And then like have that be like my own little healing station outside of battle in like every single RPG that I play. I don't know if that's the most cost-effective way to do it, but like it works fine for me, I guess. It's better than needing to heal like 30 health and then only having like a fucking potion that heals 70, you know? I don't get too into the economics of shops. That's probably a whole game design skill you have to learn on your own. Or like in itself. Like the economy of like your shops. That's definitely something to think about. In like the context of the whole game. Like your money scaling. Something else you have to think about, how much stuff costs. That's like a whole... That's a whole thing. Game design is so... There's so much to game design. It's so interesting. How all this stuff comes together to make a game. Got a new product in today. The customers all love how beautiful it looks. Wanted to keep one for myself, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to. That's a shame. Gonna give me something else? New item I got in is a hit. Sold out far faster than I expected. Sales are up for the month, but I wish I had more. Oh, we got a greedy shopkeep. I ordered more of the new item, but delivery will take a while. A lot of customers are reserving them. I just pray they arrive soon. Oh, well. Guess I'll never know. What do you got? Oh shit, I forgot we were even playing hide and seek. Nice. Mana earrings. What do mana earrings give me? Increases max MP? Well, you know who fucking that goes to. That goes right to Jansen. Nothing back here. He was supposed to meet his girl. Where is his girl? What is your pretty item? I guess we'll never know. It's down here. Thank you. Now the loading's all taken care of. Be sure. But are you sure this is okay? Won't the captain yell at you if he finds out how much you helped me? Ah, don't worry about it. This sort of thing we can handle in a flash. Yeah, think of it as payback for all the hot lunches you made us. If you need any more help, just give us a call. And that sparks Kayam's freaking memory. We're reading again. We're reading as soon as we can with all of these because I don't want to have like a big backlog. Oop. Oh, let me like clear my throat and stuff. Letters from a weakling. Once there was a woman who came from a foreign land to marry into an old family. Her husband was from a tiny village in the mountains, but he was working in a thriving harbor town abroad when he met and fell in love with her. At the time, he asked her to marry him. His father in his home country collapsed and died. Being the eldest son in the family, the young man had no choice but to return to his homeland, taking her with him, of course. Her name was Mina. This was not a name used by the woman of his homeland. Indeed, her name was not the only thing about her that was different. The color of her skin, hair, and eyes, and the language she spoke were all different. Had the young man's hometown been a harbor city where people of many different lands crossed paths, there would have been nothing unusual about this. In such places, there were any number of homes that welcomed foreign men and women into the family, generation after generation. But this is about as deep in the country as you can get, the young man told Kayam, sighing on the night he made Mina his wife. Kayam had rushed here all the way from the harbor town in the far country to attend the wedding. At the banquet, the young man had given Kayam a look, and the two had slipped away from the festivities. They were standing in the garden, looking up at the night sky. When the eldest son marries, his wishes are of no importance. What matters is family. The two families negotiate the engagement, and a bride is chosen who is acceptable to the groom's parents. That's how it was with my parents. My grandparents did the same. I know what you mean, Kayam said with a nod. Judging from the formal wedding ceremony, it was easy to imagine the highly conservative nature of the area, and just as easy to imagine that the relatives had not welcomed Mina into the family. Alex, Kayam said to the young man. Yes? The young man answered, still looking up at the sky. You are the only one who could protect Mina, you know. I know that much, Kayam. Mina is a wonderful girl. I know that too, of course. The three were good friends. Kayam and Alex had worked together offloading ships at the same pier, and also together they had often gone to the neighborhood where Mina worked in an outdoor stall. Even now, Kayam retains the bittersweet memory of Alex and Mina struggling to communicate in each other's languages. You know, Kayam, Alex said that night under the sky. I think you sensed it too, but Mina was drawn less to me than to... Khayyam cut him short. Never mind, he said with a pained smile. Of course Khayyam knew how Mina felt. And if he had responded to her feelings, she and Alex would not have been married here today. But Khayyam held back. Instead, he had urged Alex to pursue his love for Mina and help the two come face to face. He felt no regrets about having played the part of an unlikely Cupid for them. Destined to continue his never-ending journey, Khayyam was unable to love Mina in return. One of Alex's uncles stepped out of the house, drunk. "Hey, Alex, what are you doing out here?" he growled. "The groom can't be absent from the reception." "Sure, I'll be right there," Alex said, turning towards his uncle. Khayyam tapped him on the shoulder. "Make Mina happy, Alex." "Leave it to me," he answered with a smile. "Come on," said the uncle. "Hurry up. The groom's supposed to sit there the whole time. The entire family is here, and we're going to drink the night away." He grabbed Alex's hand and dragged him back into the house. The man was all smiles with Alex, but when he glanced at Khayyam, his borderline polite smile could not disguise the gleam of distrust in his eye for an outsider. Khayyam was sure he had noticed that same gleam, though perhaps not as openly displayed, in his eyes that aligned on Mina. In eyes that alighted on Mina? I'm struggling with that sentence, and English is my first language. So that was the kind of village to which Mina had come as a bride. "You'd better make her happy, Alex," Khayyam called out again towards his friend's receding form. "I'm counting on you." But now the uncle had his arm around Alex's shoulders, and he was noisily monopolizing his nephew's attention. Alex never heard those words from Khayyam. It was 3 months later when Alex came to visit Khayyam at work on the pier. "I'm in town on a buying trip, so I thought I'd stop by to say hello," Alex announced. Judging from the fatigue evident on his friend's face, Khayyam had a pretty good idea of his real reason for coming here. As casually as possible, Khayyam asked, "How's Mina doing?" With a feeble smile, Alex replied, "After the wedding, things happened." Mina had been accepted neither as a member of the family nor as a resident of the village. There were too many differences in daily customs and culture. But the one thing that made Mina too different for the tiny village was the brown color of her skin. Uh-oh. If only she could speak with the people. Mina is trying her best to learn our language, but my mother and the other relatives made no attempt to learn hers. Not so much as a good morning or a thank you. They insist it's up to the daughter-in-law to do all the adapting. Still, Mina was working hard to draw closer to Alex's family and birthplace. She would be the first one out to the fields in the morning, work without a break until the sun went down, and do sewing until late at night. She would try to talk to people in the local dialect that Alex had taught her, using gestures and body language, and she would apologize profusely with abject smiles whenever she failed to understand what they were saying. Khayyam could easily imagine Mina going through those exertions, which made Alex's report all the more painful to him. "You should come to visit us now and then, Khayyam. Mina would love to see you too." Khayyam responded vaguely with a silent nod, when Alex added, "I want you to come and cheer her up." He said nothing in reply. "What's wrong, Khayyam? Are you angry?" "I'm not going to visit." "Why not?" "You promised me you'd make her happy, remember? We agreed that you're the only one who can do that. But still... Sorry, I haven't got time for this. I have to get this ship loaded before it sails in sunset." With this curt dismissal, Khayyam turned away and continued working. Alex stared at him from behind, looking frustrated and confused. Khayyam could feel his friend's gaze on his back. Because he could feel it, he kept working, without another backward glance. Eventually, Alex gave up and left. Neither man spoke words of farewell. A year after the wedding, Mina gave birth to a son. The boy had brown skin like his mother. He had just started crawling when Alex visited Khayyam again. There was talk of a divorce, Alex said. "There's nothing wrong with our relationship. Mina and I love each other, that's for certain. But my mother and the relatives say there is no way they can accept a brown-skinned child as the family heir. His existence supposedly harms the marriage prospects of my younger brother and sister too, so they want us to send the baby to Mina's family. It's gone that far. Alex had lost a great deal of weight. He was obviously living with much pain every day, trapped as he was between family and Mina. None of this made sense to Kyle. However trapped Alex might be, as long as he was firm on what was important to him, there could only be one answer to his family's demands, and he should be able to arrive at it without anguish or confusion. I know how strong you are, Alex sighed, speaking to Khaim's back as Khaim went on hoisting huge, spine-snapping crates in silence. The longshoremen here were well paid for handling crates on their own, loads that it would take 3 ordinary men to lift. The daily wage was calculated by the number of loads each man lifted, so asking for help would result in a pay cut. For this reason, Khaim and the others never complained or asked for help. They would lift even the heaviest loads by themselves. Alex had been like that, too. If somebody nearby asked him, "Are you going to be okay with that?" he would be all the more determined to do it on his own. Fine, fine, he would smile, and gritting his teeth, he would lift the giant load. But Alex was not like that anymore. I'm starting to think that, maybe in the long run, tying Mina down to a life in my village is just going to make her unhappy. My relatives say they'll support Mina and the baby, so it's not as if I'd be abandoning her or chasing her away. It's just that, for both our sakes, starting a new life. Having finished piling crates on the deck, Khaim turned towards Alex for the first time. He was looking down at Alex on the pier. "And you're alright with that? Huh? If you're convinced it's the right thing, go ahead and do it. It's not for me to interfere." Alex's features distorted under the impact of Khaim's words. Khaim said nothing more but went back to work. His anger and frustration were reaching the boiling point. Alex had no idea that Mina had been writing to Khaim on occasion since shortly after the wedding, about the hardships she had been facing in the home of her husband's family. She said not a word. Instead, she would spell out how happy her current life was, and declare repeatedly how much Alex loved her. Anyways, the letters would end like this: "I'm sure you too must be living happily, Kyle." This was why Alex's report of the situation at home had filled him with such an intense anger and frustration. He had never answered Mina's letters. He felt certain that if he were to write to her, whether with words of encouragement or comfort, or even playing along with her sad lies, something important that gave her spiritual support would snap in two. "Come see the baby, Kyle," Alex pleaded. "Mina would be thrilled if you'd do that." Instead of responding to Alex, Kyle called out to him from on deck. "See that crate over there? Can you lift it?" The crate near Alex was of the same size and weight as the one Kyle had just loaded onto the ship. In the old days, Alex would not have hesitated to carry it up to the ship, every muscle in his body shuddering. Now, however, Alex gave Kyle one timid glance, and smiling to hide his embarrassment, said only, "Not me." Kyle said nothing more. He felt strongly that their long friendship had come to an end, though in fact, for Kyle, whose life would go on through all eternity, it had been nothing more than a momentary acquaintance. Kyle has been on his endless journey ever since. Now and then he thinks back to those bygone days. Both Alex and Mina long ago came to dwell among his distant memories, the kind of memories that revive with a deep sense of bitterness. They are there to this day. Alex made his third trip to see Kyle a year after the baby was born. Having wasted away to a mere shadow of his former self, Alex stared vacantly at Kyle, and his voice lacked all intonation as he announced Mina's death. She had killed herself, hanged herself in the barn. Kyle was amazed at his own detachment as he took in Alex's words. Mina's letters had stopped coming several months earlier. Either she no longer needed to spin those sad little lies about being accepted by Alex's family and the townsfolk, or she had lost the strength to invent them anymore. In effect, it was the latter Kyle was learning now. To the very end, she could not make anyone accept her. My mother, my family, or the town, Alex said tearfully. She was all alone, finally, to the very end. Without a word, Kion punched Alex in the face. Alex seemed to know and accept the fact that the punch would be coming. He did nothing to resist or defend himself. The fist hit him full on and sent him sprawling in the road. Why? Kion demanded to know. Why did you say she was all alone? And when Alex righted himself, he smashed him in the face again. Alex began coughing violently and uncontrollably, and when he spat up a gob of blood, a broken back tooth came out with it. Kion knew well enough that Alex had been suffering too, that he had been engaged in a desperate struggle to do something about being trapped between family and wife. Otherwise, he would never have wasted away so dramatically from the brawny young man he used to be. As well as he knew this, however, Kion could not forgive him. He had promised. He had given his word he would make Mina happy. He would protect her. Kion could never forgive Alex for failing to make good on his oath. Wiping the blood from his mouth with the back of his hand, Alex dragged himself to his feet. I know how strong you are, he said to Kion, as he had once before, but this time his words took on a far sadder tone. But let me tell you this, Kion. My mother and my relatives and the others, their way of looking at things is not completely crazy. To live in peace and quiet in the country, you have to follow the country's special rules. It just so happens that one of those rules was to not accept a bride like Mina. I was born and raised in that village, and I know the village code, know it all too well, which is why I've been in such pain all these months. I'm a weakling, I suppose, in your eyes. I'm probably so weak you want to spit on me, so laugh at me, hit me, despise me if you want to. Come on, hit me again. Alex thrust his face at Kion for more punishment, and Kion threw another punch. This one landed squarely on his nose and may have broken it. Alex crumpled to his knees. The blood that gushed from his nose was blacker than the blood from his mouth. Alex looked up at Kion with a smile of self-desertion. Mina should have been with you, that's what I think. If she had married you and not some weakling like me, she'd still be alive. With a wordless, strangled cry of rage, Kion lunged at Alex, grabbing him by the collar and hoisting him to his feet. Another punch, and still another. Kion was not planning to stop punching Alex. Now though, with Kion's hand still fastened to the front of his shirt, Alex looked straight at Kion for the first time since coming to the dock. Why didn't you ever answer Mina's letters? That's all she was hoping for. A letter from you. So he knew. Alex knew everything. It's terrible out there in the country. Anybody who wants to can find out who wrote letters and who got them. Everybody out there is like family. Everybody but Mina, that is. If Alex had wanted to, he could have squashed Mina's letters easily. Then not one of her sad little lies would have reached Kion. But instead, Alex had read the letters, resealed the envelopes, and sent them to Kion, one after another. He had internalized Mina's sad little lies and started looking out for Kion's answers even before she died. Kion stopped his fist in midair and asked, how could I have possibly answered her? Why not? Alex retorted. You knew how trapped she was feeling. You must have known how much encouragement one word from you could have given her. But you were Mina's husband. Yes, that's true, but you were always the deepest in her heart. I knew that, and because I knew it, there was only one thing I can do. No, that couldn't be. Astounded, Kion lowered his fist as Alex said to him, I wrote to her. I pretended I was you, and I wrote her letter after letter. Be strong, I told her. Keep your spirits up. I'll come to see you soon. You're too strong, Kion, so you can't understand the feelings of weak people. But I don't have that problem. I'm weak. I understood how a weakling like Mina felt. Alex cried, the blood streaming from his nose and mouth. There's one thing I don't know though, Kion. I don't know whether Mina actually believed that the letters I wrote were from you, or whether she knew what I was doing and pretended to believe. I wonder, was life in my village so painful to her that she couldn't go on living there without pretending to believe? Kion made no attempt to answer Alex's question. Slowly, he let the strength go out of his clenched fist and released his grip on Alex's shirt. Alex drew a step back from him and then took another step, putting distance between them before his final revelation. There was one letter, just one, that I didn't send to you. That was 3 months ago. It was the first letter in which Mina begged you for help. She said she wanted to run away and asked you to come and save her as soon as possible to rescue her and the baby. That was the letter Alex threw away. Posing as Kayam, he wrote a 2-word answer. Be strong. The day after she read the letter from Alex, Mina hanged herself in the barn. Kayam stood rooted to the spot, crestfallen. This left him momentarily defenseless. Alex shot his fist at Kayam's solar plexus, though his feeble blow could hardly be called a punch. The pain it inflicted might have been greater for Alex's own fist than for Kayam's superbly conditioned muscles. What an idiot I was. Be strong. Such words might have meant something to somebody like you, but to burden a weak person like Mina with them? No, they can only break and crush her. Alex gave another tearful, self-disparaging smile and thrust his face towards Kyle. So hit me. I don't give a damn. Hit me all you want. Beat the hell out of me. But let me ask you this, Kyle. If I had sent her last letter to you, would you have finally answered that one? Would you have been able to accept Mina in all her weakness? Kayam did not know how to answer this question, nor did he raise the clenched fist again to Alex. So ended the story of Kayam and Alex. Alex turned and walked away, but Kayam could not bring himself to call out to him. He simply stood there, drained of all emotion, and watched him go. Alex did, however, turn to face Kayam again when he had put enough distance between them, so that Kayam could barely make out his voice. I can tell you this much, Kayam, he shouted. I'm going to raise that boy of mine. I'll make him into a man of my village. I may have been too weak to be a husband, but as a father, I'll do better. I'll make him happy. Kayam returned his words with a silent nod. Alex allowed the hint of a smile to show on his badly swollen face. He then turned on his heels once more and strode away. Kayam never saw Alex again. Every now and then, Kayam remembers Alex and Mina as he proceeds on his endlessly long journey. When he thinks back on what he himself was like in those days, wanting only to be strong in all things, the memory is a bitter one. If only he had been the person he is today. The present-day Kayam would not have rejected such human weakness. Now we can accept the fact, sometimes with a pained smile, sometimes with genuine heartbreak, that everyone is weak. If only he could begin his journey again. Mina might not have had to die, but this is no more than a hopeless dream. He meets them only once, and they are gone forever. The mortals, the humans, the ones without eternal life. This is what makes them all the more dear to him. This is what makes his breast burn for them. Aware now that he has failed to love human weakness throughout his battles and his wanderings, Kayam turns his steps towards Alex's old village. Alex himself, of course, is long dead, but Alex's descendants, he can tell at a glance. They have brown skin. Brown-skinned youths are the one in charge of the village's festivals. Brown-skinned old women teach girls how to weave floral decorations. Brown-skinned children and those who are not brown play together in all innocence, free of care. Perhaps this can comprise a tiny epilogue to the story of Alex, Kayam, and Mina. The graves of Alex and Mina lie side by side atop a low, windswept hill. Kayam picks flowers from the field and offers them at the doomed couple's graves before returning to the road. What is human strength, after all? Kayam still does not know the answer to this question, and this is why, again, today, his journey must go on. That was a really good one. Holy shit, that was good. Chills. Literal chills. Fuck, I gotta go. It's 12:40. I'm probably going to slice this in with a recording from later today, because I'm having fun with Lost Odyssey. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Koopo's also fucking yowing up a storm out there. Koopo, what do you want? Koopo. Hey. What are you meowing at? What? Alright, I must go attend to some things. I'll probably be back later. Goodbye.